Hello, I'm Jeremy Sherr, and welcome to the QREP, the Repertory of Mental Qualities. This is a tool I've developed together with Raphael Noy, and it's been of wonderful use to us. We use it every day and in almost every case. It will really help you with your prescribing, help you to find different possibilities, newer remedies that don't exist in conventional repertories, and more exactitude and preciseness in prescribing. What I do suggest is that you start off by reading the introduction. You can see it right over here, and the introduction will help you to understand the philosophy behind this repertory, and when you have that, that will give you indications of how and when to use it. It's very simple to use. In fact, the whole design of the QREP is about simplicity, to make it more easy to choose rubrics and to combine rubrics. Now, here is the list of rubrics we have, and what you'll see is that there are far fewer rubrics than a conventional repertory, but they are all mental rubrics, and these rubrics cover themes or meta concepts of ideas from the mental and emotional sphere. So you can see, for instance, ambition, animals, big ego, and these are quite easy to understand, but we do have a definition for each rubric. So for instance, if you go to carers and helpers, you will immediately, on clicking on it, see a definition. In this case, this quality represents issues such as looking after others, nursing the sick, anxiety for others, excessive sympathy, and responsibility for others. So you can understand what the concept is about and what the remedies over here cover. Now, you see, if we look at this rubric, we will now see that there are 269 remedies, and this is, of course, much bigger and more comprehensive than the rubrics you would find with a similar meaning in the conventional repertories. So if you looked up in relation to this concept, sympathetic, ailments from nursing the sick, or other similar rubrics, they'll be much smaller. But this rubric is comprehensive, and that means it will include just about every possible remedy under that idea. And that's why it's so big. In a way, it's the Bonninghausen method: choose a larger rubric, but make sure that this rubric will contain all the possible remedies in it. Now, underneath that, you will see a carers and helpers primary remedies, and this means that these are the remedies that are really most important in this concept, and you'll only use this rubric if you think that the very center of the case, the whole essence and meaning of the case, is this idea, and it's so important that you only want the remedies that are extremely emphasized under this idea. So if we look at the remedies of caring for the sick, you see that, for instance, we have bamboo, which is a very caring remedy, or dama dama, which is a remedy that is that's the dia, is all about caring for other people. Or you'll be well familiar with phosphorus, but maybe less familiar with olea, olive, which very essence is about caring for other people. So you'd only use that in a case where you are sure that this is really the center of the case. Most of the time, you'll be using the larger concepts. So let's go back to those. And here you've decided that in your case, once you've taken the case and understood it well, that the very center of the case is, number one, caring and helping for others. One of those people that actually, spend their whole life looking after people, their parents, their kids, their family, the community, and often might be worn out from that, or it's a problem, they feel their energy is drained. So that would be one aspect of it. Now you decide that another important aspect is snakes, because they have both dreams of snakes and a fear of snakes, or a snake has appeared in any other form in the mental sphere. And remember, this remedy is about mental rubrics, so it would not cover issues such as snake in any kind of a physical sense, like a snake sensation on the leg or something like that. Now, they've had dreams of snakes, and therefore we put it in, and we now have 2 rubrics. And the other issue with this person is that they are generally a victim, so that they might have been persecuted, or they might have been bullied in school, or they may be a kind of person who keeps on being abused by the society around them. So we're going to take victim as well. So it's extremely easy to choose the rubrics according to the themes of the case, the main themes of the case. You don't have to go into sub-rubrics or do big searches in the repertory or combine rubrics or look for all the cross-references. It's just the general concept and idea of what's in the case. And you take 3 or 4 or 2 of these main themes. Now, you see that these are big rubrics because they're very comprehensive. It means that it's 98% certain that the right remedy will be in it, and that's what's important. And furthermore, you're going to have many more smaller remedies, many more remedies that are from new provings that don't even appear or might not even be published in the conventional repertories, and that gives you a big advantage. Now, here's the magic of this repertory. You see that we have 269 remedies in carers and helpers over here, and we see that we have 200 in snakes and 355 in victim, and that seems like a lot of remedies. But now, when we're going to look at the graph and see all together, the number has magically grown much smaller. So we have approximately only 50 remedies over here. Go back to where it finishes. There, just there. Where it finishes. So we have approximately 40 to 50 remedies over there. So by combining and looking together at these 3 rubrics, we immediately form a base to prescribe from that is much smaller. And you can immediately start solving your case from this. So you can start noticing that we have much smaller remedies and rarer remedies that you wouldn't usually see, that wouldn't come up in a conventional repertorization. For instance, we see here lac maternum, and we see nitrogen, and we see, for instance, polystyrene, proving from Rajan Sankran. So if you took sympathetic and you took delusion persecuted and you took dreams of snakes, you would not get these remedies. And the magic of this repertory is it's going to give you access to these remedies that actually cover the case. Now you've got 50 remedies. You can actually go through one by one and see which fits your case. Now, another thing that goes through over here are the groups. So, for instance, you get the milk group over here, and that means that milks in general cover the idea of carers and helpers. It's well known about milks. Many of them have snakes in them, and many of them have a victim quality. And if you want to, you could go and select the milk group and look at the individual remedies within that at a later stage. So now this is just using the QREP on its own. But what you could do is you could now add a conventional rubric. So let's go to the complete repertory, and so now let's go to the complete repertory, and you can now take fear of dogs, which might be a symptom in the case, and you just combine that with the QREP rubric. So it's designed to work in a complementary and together with the conventional rep, with the QREP, and we don't see anything, so let's do that again. Can you edit and cut it? Oh, go back. Yeah, sorry. Okay. Yeah. So now we've added fear of dogs, and you can immediately see we've reduced to about 12 or 13 remedies, and now it becomes much easier to solve the case from here. But you still see smaller remedies come through that would not come through with conventional repertorization. There's your polystyrene again, and there's Taxus baccata, along with your expected remedies such as carcinosin. So it's a huge advantage in several ways. Number one, it's very easy to choose the rubrics. You don't have to go searching through the hundreds of thousands of rubrics that exist in the conventional repertories to find the appropriate rubric, or combine them together, which can be a lot of work, and really it's quite impossible to know the whole repertory these days. So once you see somebody who's a carer and helper, you just put it in, nice and easy and simple. And once you've done that, you can combine it in various ways with your conventional rubrics to see, which remedies come out. You're going to get more accurate prescribing, you're going to get newer remedies, you're going to get small remedies that usually wouldn't pass through, and that's the beauty of this repertory.